Good afternoon, fellow gamer. Here, QcWarChief with the Minutemen Legacy. Today in Fallout 76, I'm gonna talk about the Steel Dawn, the new DLC that just came out this week. We're lucky because of a mistake inside Bethesda dev room, I would say. We have access to the DLC 1 week earlier, which is nice, although it feels like the DLC is missing some stuff. I would say the quest is short, but I believe there is a reason for that, and here goes my opinion, my review concerning the DLC that we just had this week, the Steel Dawn. First of all, let's talk about the origin of the BOS. Essentially, BOS existed before 2276, which is the reason why when you get out of the vault in the first game, you get exiled into the desert, and you are gonna meet eventually the BOS. You're gonna meet also the army of the Master, which is essentially super mutant, centaur, and also floaters. Floaters that are originally from the first and the second game of the franchise that got back inside Fallout 76. Most people were really mad concerning this, and I totally understand them if you don't know the fact that floaters were part of the original Fallout. Although they were a little bit different, but still, if you look at what they were looking with the tail, they have some kind of resemblance. So, this is part of the animals, the enemies that got inside the game recently. And if you've noticed, the floaters are often around super mutants, hidden in the ground. And they're not attacking super mutants, except maybe if it's glitched, but most of the time I've noticed that they're not. This brings us to the BOS right now, because the BOS existence in Fallout franchise is to fight the army of the Master. Technically, it is that. Yes, the lore that they are implementing is the fact that they're collecting technology to protect the people against themselves, but it's the reason to be that they are giving to themselves. The facts are that they were fighting super mutant in the first one, they were fighting the enclave on the second one. You as an individual were supported by the BOS in both cases. That brings us to today in Fallout 76, because we find ourselves in a blank page between 2076 and 2276, where right now we are rewriting history inside Fallout. My point is that if you've noticed by playing the quest, which is short by the way, uh, you've noticed that for some reason there's no Elder around. There's a knight, there's a paladin, there's a scribe, and a bunch of initiate and a new recruit. But there is no high ranks, which means that paladin dance in Fallout 4 was supported by a scribe and a knight, a few people that died on the road. And that brings us right now in 76, where the quest that we've just accomplished feels like it's Fallout 4 with Paladin Dance. So my opinion concerning this is that we experience right now the dawn of the BOS, the new one, rewritten inside the lore, where we are participating. And if the BOS exists inside the game, you can expect the super mutant to grow stronger. So, as the settler grew up, the raider grew up as well. If the BOS is growing up and there is no more Scorch Beasts around, because technically the 76 are handling the Scorch Beasts, the BOS find themselves without an enemies. They need the super mutant. Here goes my opinion concerning the lore mostly. Concerning the DLC itself, I love the items. I love the dialogues. These are nice. They really represent the boneheads that BOS can be sometimes. I love the lion BOS. So this is where I like the fact that you can influence them. Although we don't see really a huge final result except in the items that we get. This is where it gets handy to have more character guys, because I've been able already to try 2 different ways, which brings me here today giving my review. This is a pleasure, guys. I wish you a great night. Please subscribe. This is QcWarChief with the Minutemen Legacy. Everything we grind, everything we do, we have fun inside the game, and it's a pleasure to share the knowledge we get to you guys. Have a good one.